right now, right here, with your brother. Decide tonight, right now, right here, with your brothers. Have fun, do your job very best you can.
Don't lose faith in me.
Whatever you do for us tonight, you better do it with everything that you have. Offense, defense, special teams, cheering on the sideline, filming the game. 2024 Mustangs are successful.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver.
Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win!
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. A person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
Our house. Let's defend this place. Let's go. Family on three.
1, 2, 3, family!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Mustang Media stream here on Cheyenne Mustang Media. We are going to take a quick ad break really quick for the national anthem and be right back after that. Sorry for the delay.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, folks, welcome back here with Dan Wolf. My name's Tristan Murrock. Welcome to the first stream of the year. here on Mustang Media. It's a battle between the Cheyenne Mustangs and the Legacy Sabres. A rematch of last year's EDC quarterfinal, I believe, or quarterfinal for state, correction. Yeah, as we take a look at the 3A standings this year, as you can see, the preseason poll takes Cheyenne at number 1, followed by Davies, Century, Bismarck High, and then Minot High. You know, Cheyenne coming off of last year, Wolf, putting up a winning record, undefeated at home. Do you think they carry that over tonight?
Well, you know, at this time of year, everybody's excited because everybody's just starting at that same spot, 0-0. But obviously the pollsters think that Coach Newton has something left, even though they lost some key players, certainly some key skill position players last year in Caden Olson and some of the receivers and those sorts of things. But, you know, I would anticipate, you know, Cheyenne is still going to be very stout on both the offensive and defensive line, and that's really where most games are going to be won up front. If you can control the line of scrimmage, you're going to give yourself a great opportunity, and some people think Kai Schlichting might be the best running back in the state, and so it's certainly not as if the cupboard is bare for Coach Newton, but how quickly will those new guys come along? How are they grasping the schemes on offense and defense? Are you ready for that? And can you control your emotions on that first night? You know, you can't win the game in the first 5 minutes, but you can put yourself in a really big hole. So just trying to stay calm. The rain showers that moved through has made this a cooler night than usual. We're usually 85 degrees for this first game, and it's almost more of a concern of dehydration and cramping and things like that. So I think the cloud cover and the cooler temps will help with that. But still, you still got to execute out there. You still got to beat your man to the ball. You still got to put a hat on someone. That's what Cheyenne's going to be battling tonight. But as you pointed out, they are the preseason number 1, so obviously there are people out there that believe they are ready for a defense of their Dakota Bowl championship from last year.
And like you talked about, Wolf, a younger side coming in, as you got guys coming in fresh like Arukaton, you know, Birnbaum, just to name a few. I talked to Coach Bear and Rott, and they seem pretty optimistic, as always, that they can be a contender again this year. So maybe those guys like Schlichting and Holder, Gable do step up on the line and just, you know, power through for them.
Well, and I think, you know, Coach Newton, obviously, in the last few years, having gone to more of a spread offense, kind of a wide open sort of thing, we're going to have to see how quarterback play looks to begin with, but it's got to feel nice knowing that you've got Kai Schlichting to hand the ball off to, Enoch Arukaton. You know, those are guys that are going to get you some yards and keep the chains moving, and hopefully you won't have to rely on the passing game immediately, and you kind of let people grow into their roles.
Yeah, definitely. So we are about set to battle here as we take a look at the schedule for the upcoming season. Obviously, this game against Legacy will kick off the season. Next week, they actually travel up north to Minot, and then they play Century at home for homecoming. And then they take a little 2-week trip. First week is at Mandan, and then the second week is at Davies, followed by a home game against Fargo North. Another game to mention is in week 7 at Horace. Horace, a new team coming up to the 3A division from 2A last year.
Well, that'll certainly be, you know, anytime the West Fargo schools play against each other, that becomes an incredibly important night. You know, there's that pride of being the ones that come out on top, and we see that every time Cheyenne and the Packers lock horns, whether it's football or volleyball or basketball or hockey or any other sport. And I'm sure Horace is going to want to prove, coming off being the 2A champions last year, that they can compete at this level. And I'm sure the Cheyenne kids would love to keep them, you know, to try and prove to them that, hey, you're not quite at that spot yet. So that'll be certainly an exciting game, the first time that Horace and West Fargo meet in a varsity competition in football.
Another thing we talked about, Wolf, really quick, the quarterfinals of last year ended in a 28-0 win for the Mustangs. Do you think Legacy carried that over into this year?
Well, you know, again, teams aren't always going to be exactly the same. There's no NIL money. You're not recruiting. You got to go with the people that come, you know, that end up showing up in your program, and you got to do what you can. And certainly I'm sure Legacy remembers that. But I'm sure Coach Newton said, hey, that was last year. This is a brand new year, and you can't really play off of those sorts of things. You just have to worry about what you're going to do tonight and, kind of put your best foot forward and see what happens.
So I believe the Mustangs won the toss, and they choose to go on offense first. So we are about set for opening kickoff here, week 1 of high school football. Moorhead played last night on the east side of the river, actually, and beat Rogers 48-10.
And speaking of Lake Horace moving up to that top level in North Dakota, Moorhead has moved up into the top level of Minnesota. And I know that Coach Feeney over there has said his squad is excited for the opportunity and the challenge, and they certainly looked up to it last night as they defeated Rogers. And tonight, Horace is not playing a 3A opponent. I think they have a 2A opponent tonight.
I believe Red River, if I remember right.
Yeah, but we'll keep these updated. We'll try and keep you updated on scores, but I think here's the opportunity, right, Tristan? Let's see what Ethan Business has. Let's see maybe how much Coach Newton's going to ask him to do as quarterback, or is he going to be more handing off to start with and see if they can develop a little rhythm on offense.
Schlichting catches this one at about the 10. He gets some yardage, and he's broken free. Gets up to about the Mustangs 45.
And that's kind of a dynamic, the first championship for the Mustangs, that was Josh Henricks and running, 40 times in a game, but he wasn't a kick returner. He didn't do these types of things, and that's what you get with Kai, is you get the opportunity to have a guy that, he's a running back, but he can also return kicks. He can do dynamic things beyond just being a good running back.
Schlichting just committed to NDSU this past summer, so we'll see if he can make some progression throughout his career up at NDSU maybe in the coming years too. After this year, he is a senior, so...
Yeah, and this senior class, of course, is going to want to continue what last year's seniors did. They want to try and win another Dakota Bowl. So, here's the first play, the first opportunity to kind of set the tone for the year.
Business from the shotgun, handoff to Schlichting as he gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, nice job by the Legacy defensive front there. And again, this should be a strength of the Mustangs, the offensive line and defensive lines. They lost Cade Petschak, of course, and some good players, but they are returning several players that have a lot of varsity experience. So I'm sure they're going to rely on them for much of the beginning of the season as players start to develop and kind of figure things out.
Trips right for Visness out of the shotgun. Scramble here.
Little option.
Breaks free, finds a gap, and he's off. Gets down to about the Legacy 30.
Great read by Business, strung it out. And if you're the Legacy defense, you have to respect Schlichting, right? You got to be concerned that if number 2 gets his hands on the ball, that's going to be trouble for us. And nice job by Business just reading that defense, over pursuing to the outside, cuts it up on the inside lane and picks up a nice gain and a first down for the Mustangs.
Business out of the shotgun once more as he finds Zanker, and Zanker will collect about 3.
Yeah. Minimal gain, but still positive yardage. Again, trying to decide what to show, and I think that's a good pass to start Visness out with. You don't want to see him trying to throw 20-yard outs or, airing it out down the field. Get him comfortable, get him established, and see if you can break something. Rely on your playmakers to try and make something happen and hopefully break free on their own.
Visness handoff to Schlichting, and Schlichting will maybe get a yard or 2 there. Once again, minimal gain, but they're still getting those first downs when they need to.
It's a 3rd and medium. For a lot of last year, Cheyenne was used to 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, those types of situations. This does change things a little bit, but I would think certainly we're in 4-down territory for Coach Newton. So, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 isn't such a huge thing at this end of the field for the Mustangs, and I'm sure they would love to put points on the board in their first possession of the season.
And last year we had a guy named Cade Petschak too, and he was able to create some gaps for the offense very commonly as Visness drops back. Airs one now, Zanker can't control.
Just a little too much for Zanker, for Max to hang on to. A little bit high, got his hands on it, but maybe a little more zip on that one than he needed. He was in traffic, but that's going to bring up 4th and 6th here. 6 for Cheyenne on their opening possession.
They're going to go for it here too as Visness returns to the field here.
You know, I think if it's me, I'm looking for something. Let's see if we can get him out of the pocket. Let's see if we can get him rolling. Maybe a little RPO, a little run pass option, something that gives him the ability to scan the field and see what's out there. And there we see that.
Another scramble from Visness, and he's not going to get there.
Nice job by the Legacy defense. Sabres come up big there as Visness tries that same play to turn it up on that read option, and this time Legacy is up to the task. And the turnover on downs by the Stings.
You know, that pass just a little high for Zanker. Would have had some good yardage there, but I believe that would have been probably their first down opportunity.
Yeah, and I think it would have set up that 3rd and short or 4th and short opportunity. And, you know, 4th and 6 is a lot to get, especially when you're not looking to air it out quite yet. So, yeah, that one cost them, and we'll see now if the Cheyenne defense is able to shut down Legacy.
Weigel from the shotgun. Scramble. Breaks free, and he'll get about to the first down marker there.
Yeah, he's going to pick up a first down. Good job of scrambling. You know, that middle level, those backers were really deep on that, and he saw a lot of open ground and was able to pick up about 12 on that scramble. So sending those receivers deep and those linebackers dropped deep in that middle level, and that opened up the opportunity for Weigel to scramble for a first down.
Weigel with trips right. Out of the shotgun. Mini scramble there, airs it out, finds his man. It's number 14, Jack Jolson.
Really nice pass, put it on. Hazer looked like he maybe slipped a little bit coming out of that break. Good separation by the receiver, and Weigel put it right on him. So 2 big chunk plays for Legacy to start. And again, we talked mostly about offense, Tristan, but, certainly some key players lost on defense as well for the Mustangs. So they're going to have to try and figure this out, see if there's a way that they can get some heat on Weigel, as they've not looked to run yet, Legacy. And there's the first handoff. Good pursuit from the backside there.
Jama gains about 2 there. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
Bensey was in there, a few other guys. It looked like for a second if Legacy could seal that outside, that there might be some running lanes, but nice job, good job of pursuit by the Mustangs on defense there, bringing up 2nd and 8.
For the Sabres.
Weigel from the shotgun. Another handoff to Jama as he powers forward and gets a gain of about 3.
And that's Weigel doing a nice job of running the offense here, and that's the difference. A senior who played last year, who's got some experience, Visness, a junior, but really only saw some mop-up time, some things like that. Really wasn't asked to do a whole lot behind Caden Olson last year. So the difference in experience showing up here, as it's going to be a 3rd and 4. And I think this might be 4-down territory for Bismarck Legacy as well. We'll have to see.
So 3rd and 4. We'll see if Weigel can pay off here, as it's another handoff to Jama. Jama's got a lane, and he'll get the first down as he drops at the 30.
Almost thought.
Jama with a 5-yard carry.
The right guard there, number 63, I thought he maybe flinched a little. Looked like he was giving away where that one was going, and he flinched a little, but no call by the refs. But looked like 63 was leaning that direction pre-snap.
So Weigel 1st and 10. Sends Juleson in motion, handoff.
Good gang
And
tackle.
they caught that one.
Good recognition by Cheyenne, not getting sucked in on that reverse. Playing contain and sealing the edge off, and there was really nowhere for the ball carrier to go.
They caught that jet sweep pretty early here. Weigel trying to get someone to break. And there is a whistle.
Yeah, I think that was a timeout. I think they didn't like what was going on there for Coach Clemens, so he's opting to burn a timeout in good field position here. So that'll be the first timeout of the evening.
So Legacy takes a timeout really quick, and we'll do the same. We'll be back in just a moment.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship.
All right, welcome back, folks. As it's going to be 2nd and 11 here as Mustangs caught the previous jet sweep by Juleson as Weigel drops back, airs it deep. Way too long there for number 2. That was Bennett Luan.
Yeah, Lon got a step there. Got past Mike Dugba, and Mike maybe had a little hand there, but that pass was uncatchable as it was. Weigel just overshooting his target there, but Lon did get through. And that's, you got to be careful. You can't get beat deep. That's about the only advice you can give a corner, especially a safety, is don't let anyone behind you. You can never let anyone behind you. You can't bite on play action, anything like that.
3rd and 11, Weigel from the shotgun, Juleson in motion. So Weigel hands off, gets a gain, but
well, that was Boone there that picked up about 7 of what they needed. And again, this is probably 4-down territory in high school football, so big opportunity for Cheyenne to get a stop here. But good chunk of yardage picked up by Legacy on that carry. So go from 3rd and 11 to 4th and 4. Now this kind of opens up your playbook a little bit. You can do some different things here.
Dugba again challenged here early quite a bit as Weigel take the snap. Looks, finds a gap, gets through, and he'll take the first down as he gets to about the 18.
I was watching the receivers downfield. Hard to tell. I don't know if that was a designed quarterback draw or kind of, he was looking down to his right, and there was pretty good coverage downfield. That's what I was looking at, and maybe he just tucked it. He saw that opening again. I think the Cheyenne's got to watch the depth of those linebackers. They're dropping pretty deep into coverage, and that's leaving a pretty soft area for Weigel to scramble into.
Weigel takes a snap here, handoff. Jama gains some yardage and a half.
Good job. Benzie met him in the hole, but Benzie ended up going backwards there for a few yards, going for a ride. So that was a nice run right there. Good, powerful run. Kept those legs churning, and Benzie just had to hang on and wait for some help to come wrestle him down. So gain of 7 on that one by the Sabres.
Weigel takes a snap, looks towards Juleson as he receives that one and will be brought down and out of bounds at about the 3.
Nice little out there.
So first and goal.
Got the ball to Juleson on the break, and really nothing much that Schlichting could do about it, except let that pass be caught and try and take him down. And it's been the Weigel and Juleson show for the majority of this drive for the Sabres.
As Jama's just not going to get there.
Stood up, I think it
was Benzie.
Yeah, Benzie shot the gap and kind of slowed him down. And then a good job of gang tackling there for the Mustangs.
So Weigel from the 4, or from the 3, excuse me. So he takes a snap, a little scramble here, looks close towards Jama, and that's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete pass intended for Jama.
Should be pointed out that Legacy can get a first down yet. It's third down, or 3rd and 3. Or I'm sorry, they can't. It is goal to go. So again, 4-down territory, I would think. If you come into an opposing stadium like this, you want to try and walk away with 7 if at all possible if you're Legacy.
Handoff. And Jama's not going to get there. He's down at about the 1 yard line, maybe inches.
Decision time for the Sabres. Not bringing out any kind of kicking team. So a goal line stand here at about the 1.5, the 1 yard line. See if the Mustang crowd can get their squad, their defense to stand tall on this one. I think you got to watch Weigel, looking to spread this out or to extend the play. Be careful of a play action look here. And he's going to go right over.
Weigel's going to sneak and he's going to get in.
Yep, I think that was good.
So Weigel puts the Sabres up first as they take a 6-0 lead here with a minute 23 left in the first quarter.
Impressive drive by Legacy. Methodical. A lot of Weigel and Juleson. Mixing a little run here and there.
That's going to be blocked.
So it's going to be a 6-zip.
Brennan Gable.
Yeah.
So a 6-0 lead as it stands. Minute 23 left to go in the first.
And they're saying that was McFarland that got in there and blocked that one. Regardless, Cheyenne now as they transition and think about offensively how they want to attack this. We didn't see really Visnus do anything. Only a couple of short passes, a couple of short looks, and kind of made Cheyenne one-dimensional to start things off. We'll see if Coach Newton's willing to open things up a little bit and give Visnus a few more opportunities to kind of read some things.
Schlichting back to receive. So this one's booted away. This is gonna, Schlichting drops. I'm not quite sure who has it.
Let's see what they say. Oh, of course, Legacy. Yeah,
nope, Mustang
I was
ball.
Gonna say every Legacy kid was pointing their way, but of course, you can't rely on that necessarily. But that was close, and that was a long way for Schlichting to come up and get that. And there kind of looked to be some miscommunication. Kind of looked like between the shortstop and center fielder trying to figure out who was going to be responsible for that. And Schlichting came up just a bit late, and it squirted through. Luckily, he was able to recover.
Every single player kind of jumped up early from the Legacy side and started pointing. A little nerve-wracking there, but regardless, Mustang ball, and Visness will come back to work. Visness hands off to Schlichting, and he'll get about 4. Gain of 3, excuse me.
You know, I think Legacy's done a good job at the point of attack. They've stood tall. They're not getting pushed around, and their linebackers are giving good run support. And the longer the game goes, where you're not showing that you're going to be a threat to throw, those backers are going to come closer and closer. And, you know, you got 5 offensive linemen. When you're starting to have to block 6 or 7 or 8 guys, that makes it really tough for you.
Visness takes the snap, a little bit of scrambling here, pitch to Schlichting, and Schlichting breaks 1 tackle, and he's brought out of bounds and down at about the 43, 44.
That's the 3rd time we've seen that play. First time that on the option that Visness pitched it out to Schlichting. And he will pick up the first down on that, but I wouldn't say that Cheyenne is gouging Legacy for huge chunks of yardage at this point. But they're getting a move, and this looks like
34 seconds left on the clock here in the quarter.
Here of the quarter.
Visness, little scramble here. Another pitch to Schlichting, and he'll step out of bounds.
Yeah.
At about the 46.
Always hard to run that option to the short side of the field like that. Just not a whole lot of room, and Schlichting tried to get outside, but that sideline acting like another defender, he steps out. Picks up about 4 on that, so it was a positive play, but that is a little bit harder when you're running to the short side of the field.
Another thing, like you said, Dan, it didn't really hurt him much in a sense because it
No.
did stop the clock and everything.
Yeah, it stopped the clock. It was a positive gain.
Visness takes a snap, drops way back, airs it out, and that's not going to be in reach there.
That was for Zink, and he kind of quit on that route. It was an out and go, and when he took off, he kind of just hesitated a little bit. And that allowed the defender to close that gap, and then Visness overthrew him. Not sure that would have been completed. Zink kept going, but he kind of hesitated just a smidge there and made it a really tight window for Visness to try and find a connection there. So now it's a 3rd and 6, and I don't think we're in 4-down territory yet. So big opportunity for a conversion here for the Mustangs.
And that'll be a delay right there.
Yeah.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense, number 7, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 11. That makes this play call probably a little bit different. Coach Newton not happy with that. That is on the quarterback. You got to make sure that you're seeing that play clock and getting that snap off before the clock expires.
21 seconds left here in the quarter. Visness drops back. He's got to get it off as he's got a little bit of time. He still hasn't got it off.
But he's buying some time, and he finds Arukatan.
Arukatan's off too, and he gets to about the 37.
Nice job of Vista keeping his eyes downfield, making connection with Arukatan, but at the same time, I don't think you can expect that kind of play every time to extend the play like that. And I'm not sure if there was the receiver he was going to, if that route got jumped or what exactly, but good job by Visness extending the play, but something that you probably can't rely on every time.
Visness hands off to Schlichting. Schlichting finds a gap, and he gets a first down.
That's the first time I think they've really done a nice job of confusing that Legacy front. That fake sweep motion to Arukatan, and then that read by Visness. He knew exactly who to give it to. He gives it to Schlichting, and Legacy had to respect that possibility of the outside run, and that opened up that big gain for the Mustangs. So they're on the move.
So going into the second quarter, Legacy leads the Mustangs 6-0. Mustangs get a 1st and 10 to start it. We'll be right back.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
All right, folks, welcome back here as the Mustangs start the second quarter with a 1st and 10 at about the 29. As this is a handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting gets a gain of about 5.
Nice run by Kai. It's been a steady diet of Kai Schlichting so far for the Mustangs, and he's going to be the workhorse this year. There's no doubt of that.
So Visness comes back to work, trips right. He drops back, finds Zink. Zink breaks free and gets to about the 15.
Good burst of speed getting north and south right away by Zink. Safe pass. Zink turns on the gas, moves the chains. Smart play by the Mustangs.
That brings up 1st and 10 to the Sabres, 15.
Trips left Zink in motion. Handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting finds a gap and gets into about the 6.
For a gain of 7 yards.
That same look that earlier they fake that jet sweep there to Arukatan, this time to Zink, and then the handoff to Schlichting pays dividends with a gain of 7 by the Mustangs on that one. Much more methodical this time. I think the offensive line kind of settling in, starting to push the Sabres back on their heels a little bit at the point of attack.
2nd and 3. So this one's to Zink once more. Zink breaks one tackle, can't get any more after he is clobbered there by number 9, who is not on my roster, Zins.
That was a really nice job kind of sniffing that one out by Legacy and coming up, even though the guy didn't, the Sabre didn't make the tackle at the point of attack. It slowed Zink down considerably, and he wasn't able to get that quick burst that he had earlier. It's a 3rd and a short 3 here, or a long 3, excuse me.
Visness handoff to Schlichting. as he gets.
He's not going to get there. That knee
to the
went
4,
down.
or the 6, excuse me.
So it's going to be just short.
That brings up 4th and 1 for your Mustangs.
Well, this is why you have those big guys up front. There comes a few times in the game we've got to control the line of scrimmage. We'll see what happens. Get the movers in and see if you can get behind them, and you just need to pick up a yard, but they've got to generate some push at the point of attack as Bensey is in.
Business takes the snap, handoff to Schlichting, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. Yep. Schlichting's got his first points on the year as he makes it 6-6.
Really nice job by Cheyenne, methodically working down the field that time. They did have that one play that was extended by Visness, and kind of Arukatan bailed him out. Kind of a broken play, but there's no need to apologize for that on the part of the Mustangs. Those are parts of the game. And then they're able to punch it in. It looks like they're going to kick this one.
As it's down, it's up, and it's going to be wide left.
Tiogason on the kick, and that one is no good.
So Tiongson
with 8:47 left to play in the second
just
quarter.
missed, so it'll be 6-6 with 8:47 left to go in the second quarter. 8:47 left to go in the half, excuse me.
So good answer by Cheyenne on that possession. Now they've had a chance to talk to those defensive starters who weren't out on the field on offense about what they need to do to clean up. And Weigel has hurt them. I think what they're going to have to do is get some pressure on Weigel and maintain kind of that lane discipline so that he doesn't have those opportunities to take off and run. So far, Legacy's done a decent job of just creating some space, and we've talked about those Cheyenne backers dropping really deep into that into the middle, into that second level, and they've been back there a ways, and that's Weigel's been able to kind of save some or keep the drive going on the first one with his legs. We'll see if Cheyenne has been able to make an adjustment and see if they can kind of keep that option away from Weigel this time down the field.
So Tiongson will be the one kicking this one away. Juleson back to receive. This one's a pretty deep ball as Juleson takes the run. And he finds a gap. And he's going to get out at about the 41.
Nice job by Tiongson. He was kind of the last guy back there to make the save. He was able to get just enough of Juleson to push him out of bounds. And I'm just going to make a guess. Here's a prediction. Tristan, we're not going to see a deep kick to Juleson yet again tonight. After that, I think they will probably be looking at some directional kicks after that return by Juleson. Nice job setting up on the Mustang 47 for this drive with 8:37 to go.
So Weigel comes back out to work with trips right. He drops back, ball sends it to Jama, and he gets a solid gain there of about 11.
It was a well-executed screen there. Cheyenne kind of sniffed it out, but Jama had already gotten far enough downfield that Weigel, good touch, just lofts it over the heads of the defensive line of Cheyenne, and a big pickup there. Gain of about 19, I think.
Boone will take this one and kind of a little bit of friendly fire there as one of his linemen kind of
got in the way and helped with the tackle. You know, I like that last play call on the previous play, that screen by Legacy. You knew Cheyenne was going to come out and really want to establish some dominance and get some penetration on the defensive line. And that's just taking advantage of that aggressiveness that they knew Cheyenne was going to come out with. And a good job of getting yourself into 4-down territory on that very first play.
Weigel fakes the handoff to Boone, finds a man, and he'll get a first down. I believe that was number 10.
That was
Wesley Jordan.
Yeah, good job by Jordan just sitting down in the soft zone there. And Weigel, not a difficult pass at all. He just put it on him, and then Jordan was able to just turn it up and get a few more yards, enough to move the chains one more time for Legacy. They've only had the ball for about a minute and a half here, and they've racked up about 20 yards already, 25 yards so far.
Weigel takes the snap, handoff to Boone. Boone finds a gap, breaks free. About 3 Mustangs get him down at about the 6. That'll be a first down for the Sabres.
And that's trouble for any defense when a running back gets into that second tier, that past that first level of the defensive line. Then it's kind of a jailbreak, and you got a gang tackle. And nice job there by the Sabres and Boone, just keeping those legs churning and picking up another first. So it's 1st and goal from the 6.
Weigel will take it himself, and that is red.
Benzie, really nice job. Did not bite on that handoff, that fake, and Benzie closed quickly. I think that was about a loss of 1 on that. Nice job by Benzie on that one, sniffing that out, just following the ball, and then wrapping up. Weigel isn't small.
So 5:45 left to go in the half as Weigel takes a snap, hands off to Jama. Jama's going to break free and get in for the touchdown.
Yeah. Just sealed enough on the outside, broke containment for Cheyenne, and Jama just outraced his guy to the end zone. And Legacy retakes the lead, 12-6.
On the PAT, long snapper, Braden Lee. Back to kick.
Will we see our first converted PAT of the year on this one for either team? Low snap, but it was handled, and that one is good.
And the kick is good.
So Frickle puts the Sabres up 13-6. It should be, as we have a little delay in scoreboard change.
5:54 left to go in the half.
Either way, 5:34 left to go in the half, as the Sabres lead 13-6 here. As we take a look around the league really quick here, Minot North is at Williston on the west side of the state tonight. Horace is at Red River. Minot is at Davies. Mandan is at Fargo North. Obviously, Legacy is at Cheyenne. Bismarck High is at West Fargo, and then Century is at Shanley.
I can update scores. Century up 3-0 on Shanley right now. Horace leads Red River 6-0. Davies up 21-0 on Minot. And that's all we have for the 3A scores for an update thus far.
So Minot and Davies kind of the game to watch if you really think about it, coming off of last year.
And Davies all over them, 21-zip to start things off. This is going to be a really big possession here for Cheyenne. They're going to be kicking off to Legacy to start the second half. So Legacy's going to try their best to prevent Cheyenne from getting on the board here and see if they can't go down and get a score to start the second half and really open this game up. So for right now, this is going to be big for Cheyenne to try and get some points on the board with about 5.5 minutes to go. So a lot of time, all 3 timeouts available, but certainly Cheyenne's going to want to walk away with some points on this one and not have to start the second half by giving the ball to Legacy.
So a touchback will put the Mustangs at the 20.
First down from their own 20-yard line.
We'll see now if Coach Newton's looking to open things up here a little bit and get some, let Visness air it out a little bit, see if they can get a kind of a chunk play of some kind. So far it's been a lot of Schlichting, and that was effective on the last drive, but at 5:24, you don't have as much time to kind of play that sort of game. And they're going to start that way with the handoff to Schlichting, but that's going to be a pretty minimal gain.
You know, and like you're talking, Wolf, that's going to be read from time to time here coming up, especially if they keep going to them. So it'll be interesting to see if Newton kind of lets Visness a little, gives them a little leash, you know, in the second half, if you know what I mean.
Well, and we know Schlichting is a special player and can do a lot of things, but really the biggest gains we've seen from him have been when that fake off that jet sweep and then him getting upfield, because Legacy has to respect that.
Visness, quick scramble, pitch to Schlichting, and Schlichting will get out just short of the first down.
And that's the other play that we've seen a ton, is that read option. We've seen Visness keep it himself a couple of times. The first time for a big gain, and a couple times to Schlichting now, and it's been on the short side of the field each time that the ball's gone to Schlichting, and he runs out of real estate with that sideline so close.
3rd and 4 on the Mustangs.
So it'll be 3rd and 4. The Mustangs 27. 4-yard gain, trips right. Visness from out of the pocket, and that's intercepted, and that's going to be a pick 6.
Great job. Great job by Braden Lean or Line. Great job. He read that the entire way. He saw Visness looking. Visness was looking at Zinker, I think, and he just stepped right in front, saw it the whole way. Almost looked like a great pass to Lean, and right into the end zone for a Legacy Sabre touchdown.
So it'll be 19-6 here, pending 20 with 4:33 left to go in the first half. A reminder, Cheyenne is kicking to Legacy to start the second half. So, Wolf, your thoughts on what could go on here?
That was worst case scenario for Cheyenne, as Frick's
pounded.
going to make that one. We were talking about Cheyenne hoping to get down, tie the game up to kick off to Legacy to start the second half, but Legacy with the takeaway and the score now puts Cheyenne in a 2-touchdown hole. 4.5 minutes to go. If Cheyenne's looking to try and get down and score, you're coming off a play where Visness was just picked off for a pick 6. That's not really the recipe you're looking for, but I don't know that Cheyenne can afford to be really conservative, because the defense hasn't stopped Legacy yet from scoring on offense. So I think you're going to have to just kind of let it go. And these are the things we talked about, Tristan. Yeah, we know we got Kai Schlichting and Brennan Gable and, a lot of guys coming back that have experience, but we lost a ton of Cheyenne lost a ton of skill players. And with a new quarterback and new receivers and those sorts of things, that takes time to develop. And it's not just as simple as saying, well, here's the playbook and here's the route tree and we're going to just make it work. You got to kind of work together and figure those things out. And so we're going to see here, as this is kicked away from Schlichting, probably a good choice.
Find Zink.
But
Zink takes a wide route, tries to find the gap in the middle, but
that was a
hoarded
decent
by
return.
Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, got around, couldn't turn the corner. Good return. But with 4:25 to go, Cheyenne's got about 70 yards to go.
Quick note, LJ Satcham now in at quarterback for the Mustangs.
Okay. So the sophomore coming in. See if he can maybe change some momentum here, give a little shot of life to the Mustangs as Satram's going to play this one. I don't know that there's any kind of injury or anything for Visnus, just Coach Newton attempting something else as they hand it off to Schlichting. And again, if you're Legacy, you know that's probably what's going to be happening. New quarterback's not going to come out slinging right there.
Newton's frustrated with someone on the sideline there.
So pickup of 2
will be 2nd and 8.
But we'll see what Satram's got going here.
You know, and one thing, I don't know Satram's height off the top of my head, but he seems pretty short too.
5'10" is what they list him at here.
You know, just standing next to Schlichting, I can kind of tell he's a shorter guy. He's got a build to him, but he'll scramble here, try and find a guy as he airs it out, and that was complete, I believe.
No, I think he was out of bounds. He was in the air and came down out of bounds. He extended that play, Satram, with his feet, and good job throwing, running to your left as a right-handed quarterback. That's about as tough a throw as you can have, is throwing across your body like that. It was just out of bounds. Receiver ran out of real estate on the sideline, but Coach Newton going to let him have an opportunity to throw the ball. Got to be careful at 3:35 too. If this is an incomplete pass, then you're giving you're going to give Legacy another chance here, as that's
thrown
out of the reach there of Zanker.
Zanker just turned back in time for that one, so could have been worse.
So now clock is stopped, 3.5 minutes to go. Legacy's going to get the ball probably about their 40-yard line or so. With 2 timeouts to go in 3.5 minutes, this could turn dangerous for Cheyenne in a hurry. And, you know, of course, who do they have back there? But Juleson, who had a really good job, did a really nice job on a kick return earlier. He's going to let this one bounce. That's going to be fortunate for Cheyenne. They're going to pick up some yards and eat some clock as they wait for that one to die. So nice punt by Bernstein.
3:16 left to go here.
Now we saw Weigel air it out a couple times to Juleson. You know, if I'm Coach Clements, I'm smelling an opportunity here. I think, you know, you might want to, if you have a trick play in the bag, or if you just want, let's see what you can do. Let's see if we can extend this. Let's see if we can go into the half at, you know, with 26 or 27 points, knowing that we get the ball in the second to start the second half. So Cheyenne's defense really needs to come up big. It'd be nice to see that some penetration from that defensive front, see if they couldn't get some pressure on Weigel, maybe see if they can turn over the Sabres.
Weigel sends Juleson in motion. So this is a handoff to Jama, and Jama gets a gain of about 4.
Nice job by Cheyenne. If you can keep everything in front of you, you just cannot afford to let anyone get behind you. Weigel, it has appeared, has a decent arm, and I would be really leery of wherever Juleson is, making sure I have a guy manned up on him and probably some safety help over the top, any place that Juleson might go, and see if, you know, just dare Legacy to beat you with someone else.
I would
Juleson going to the wide side.
I would really watch that jet sweep here, because
now they're going to pick this up. They got that safety coming over for help over the top.
Weigel's going to drop back. He's going to scramble, and he's going to get some yardage here as he gets to about the 45.
And that was a nice job. Cheyenne finally got some of that pressure, but Weigel broke contain. He got outside that outside. No one there, and with receivers running downfield and defenders running with, no one had their head turned to see that Weigel was running. So that was a big pickup. Out of bounds, stops the clock. So 2:22 with 2 timeouts to go and approaching midfield for the Sabres.
Weigel takes the snap, handoff to Jama, and Jama will get maybe a yard and a half or two.
For a 3-yard gain.
Nice job by Mamadi.
Tackled by number 70, Door.
Mamadi Dor on the tackle.
Nice job there.
As I was
We're
talking
down
with
to-
him earlier in composition, and him and Gable like to call themselves Salt and Pepper.
There you go.
The Salt and Pepper or lineman here at tackle.
Again, I would keep an eye on where Juleson is. As he comes across by himself, this might be an opportunity for Legacy.
This one's deep.
And then right
And
on
then
him.
right on
Great
Lawn.
pass. Great pass by Weigel.
Lawn gets in for the touchdown, and that'll make it 26-6. 52 yards.
And he got right behind Mike Dugba. And, you know, what we said, Tristan, one thing you can't do, let a guy behind you, especially in that situation when you're manned up. And great pass by Weigel. Dugba just let that guy get behind. It was a great pass by Weigel, but Legacy breaking this one open at this point.
Frick's kick will
That
be
one's good. So 21-point lead for the Sabres and looking to pour it on. And as I said, that was the worst case outcome. You gave up the pick six, and then you turned it over with the punt. And with enough time and with a good quarterback, Legacy goes down, only takes about 2 minutes to score. And now you find yourself down 3 scores, and you're going to be kicking to Legacy to start the second half. We'll see what Coach Newton wants to do here. Do you come out and try and be aggressive, or do you just kind of take a knee and kind of run out the first half and see if you can make some adjustments and say, look, it's a long road back, but we got to start with one possession at a time in the second half? We'll see. Again, if I'm Legacy, no way I'm kicking it anywhere near Schlichting on this.
Schlichting, Zink, and I believe Arukaton in the backfield. You know, and Arukaton might, has the possibility of getting some speed on him. So, I mean, if they go right here, it wouldn't be the worst case scenario, I think, as they get it to Schlichting.
Kick it to Schlichting.
Right at him, and he finds a gap. And
that was a nice job. Good coverage by Legacy. I personally am not taking that chance. I'm not going to kick it to Schlichting. I'm going to directionally kick that somewhere away from him. But they get away with it. And so Cheyenne's going to start their drive at their own 25. But down 3 scores, minute 24. They do have all 3 timeouts. And it's going to continue to be Satchram who's at quarterback right now, and we're going to see what happens.
so with a minute 24 left, Satchram takes a little bit of time there. It's okay, and that's right through the hands of, I believe.
That was Evan Tiongson? Was that number? It was hard to tell with the bodies on the.
Yeah, Tiongson, or Tiongson, excuse me.
But, I mean, it was a good pass. It was right there, but just Tiongson not ready for that one. It was right through his hands. So 2nd and 10 with 1:19.
Satchram from the shotgun. Drops back, errors way deep.
That was a miscommunication. Raker Birnbaum was the intended receiver. He broke the play off. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication or if they read different things, but that was the only guy in the area. But he had broken the route off, and Satchram aired it out down the sideline. So they've only used a few seconds. I mean, it's only a minute 14, but we're at 3rd and 10. If this isn't successful and it's an incomplete pass, you're kicking again, and I don't think you want that. If I'm Coach Newton here, I'm going to hand off to Schlichting. I'm going to force Legacy to eat one of those
gonna have a
timeouts
delay
right
game
now.
Here. Yeah, delay game. I was watching the clock, and it was winding down to about 5 seconds when he just got to the shotgun. So
Cheyenne took the timeout before
took the timeout
before a delay call to keep it at a 3rd and 10.
So a minute 14 left here. Cheyenne burns a timeout, 2 timeouts apiece now. And it's a 27-6 lead for the Sabres. Satcham handoff to Schlichting as he cuts the gap and gets
Nice
a pretty
job.
solid gain there.
But at least it's going to force Legacy to burn a timeout here if they want. Yeah, and that's what they do. So they have to burn a timeout. That's going to leave them with 1, but with a minute 8 to go, maybe see if they can put some pressure on this punt. We know you're going to have Juleson back. Maybe he has an opportunity for a decent return, and you get a chance for a quick strike, a look, an opportunity. That's about all you can hope for here if you are Legacy.
So a minute 8 left as
Juleson goes back.
Bernstein on the punt. Juleson's back.
See if they come after him.
That one is
Short
pretty
punt.
short.
Yeah. Takes a Legacy
Kicks
bounce, and no
backwards.
one's going after it. Okay. So right at midfield with a minute 7, 6. And that should be, one timeout left for Legacy. I guess you try something here. I don't think you have to go long, but maybe go with the play, see if you can get a chunky yardage and see if it's worth trying to get in and score. Or you can take a knee and be content be up 27-6 as they're going to drop the clock, I think, to 1 minute. But being up 3 scores, are you content with this? Or if you're Coach Clements, do you say, let's probe a little bit. Let's see if we can do something with this and see if we don't have a chance to extend it even further and maybe put this one away here already before halftime.
Juleson in motion. As Weigel hands off to Jama. Jama's not going to get a gap. So I believe it was Mamadi leading the charge there.
And no timeout called. So it looks like, I would say Legacy still might throw the ball downfield somewhere, but looks like they're going to be content to go into halftime up the 3 scores. And then see what they can do in the second half, knowing they're going to get the opening kick.
As Jama's not going to get
should
much
take
of a
us
game
to halftime.
there.
And that'll get us to halftime.
Wind us down to halftime here. We'll take a short break, be back for the second half, and talk about the first half. Thanks. We'll see you in a minute.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you, and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, I think so.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere, from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him was because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground then it go off, yeah, hit the ground then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground then it go off, yeah, hit the ground then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my...
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
Wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, I think so.
Touchmark is a place where you can.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium for the second half of this first football game of the year for the Cheyenne Mustangs battling the Legacy Sabres. The Sabres find themselves up 27-6 after the first half. I'm Tristan Murrock. Joined alongside me is Dan Wolf, as always. Wolf, what are your thoughts on the first half? Anything need to improve?
Well, I think there's probably a lot of things to improve, but I think first, Tristan, you start with some perspective. This is opening night. This is the first game of the year, and we talked about this pregame. There was a lot of turnover, especially at skill positions for Cheyenne. A lot of guys coming back, but you still got to kind of find out who those guys are and work them into their positions and that sort of stuff. And is this the half that Cheyenne was hoping for? I'm sure definitely it's not. But it's game one, okay? And so, the sky isn't falling. Things are going to be okay. But I'm sure, Cheyenne going back in the locker room, probably Coach Newton talking about getting to those basics, controlling the point of attack, defensively, not getting beat deep, trying to get some penetration, put some heat on Weigel, some lane discipline, cleaning up the tackling, those sorts of things. Offensively, we've got to control the line of scrimmage. We've got to open up some holes for Schlichting. We can't be so one-dimensional where we're handing off to Kai every time. Getting back to those things. It's a long season. This is just the first game, but I think when, we've done these games, we've seen these games for a few years, this is not what we expect from Cheyenne football. And so, probably a little challenge to the players at halftime about some pride here. You don't know how this game's going to turn out, but you've got to represent your school, and you've got to be willing to get out here and fight for it no matter what the score is. For Legacy, I would guess this is as good as you could have hoped. That pick six that you got, and then the long pass from Weigel, the touchdown. You find yourself up by 21, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half. Really nothing better that you could hope for if you're Legacy. I think you just want to keep doing the things you're doing. And so still have a half of football to play. Anytime you think you've got football figured out, that's probably when you're in trouble, as soon as you think you've got things handled. So, if you're Legacy, you certainly don't want to let your foot off the gas. If you're Cheyenne, you can't believe that you're out of it. You've got to believe that there's a chance, there's a way. You create a turnover, you get something good happening for yourself, a long return, something like that, and suddenly the game can change really quickly. But I think this is going to be, and this isn't rocket science here, but this is a huge possession for both teams to start the second half. And we'll see if Cheyenne finds a way to solve what Legacy's doing and maybe get them to punt, or if they can turn them over quickly, we might see something different. Who's going to be at quarterback? We don't know. We've seen Visness. We've seen Satram. We'll see what the coaching staff maybe talked about, seeing what they can do, and we'll see who comes out and plays in the second half.
Yeah, so we're about set for second half action here. A little bit over a minute, or under a minute, left on the clock. As,
we can do a quick update of scores around the state for those that are updated in 3A tonight. Shanley leads Century at halftime, 6-3, low-scoring affair there. Minot North, just a couple minutes before halftime, is all over Williston, 27-0. Legacy, of course, we know is leading Cheyenne 27-6 at halftime. Davies, not even at halftime yet, up 42-0 on Minot. So Davies making a statement to start the year. West Fargo and Bismarck High tied at 6 at halftime. North leads Mandan with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, 21-14. And Horace at halftime leads Red River 21-0 as we look around 3A here tonight. So I made a prediction in the first half, Tristan. I said we're not going to kick the ball long to Juleson. We'll see if that still remains the case, but I'm going to go with my bet that this is a directional kick here to start.
So we have Michael Gullick's younger brother back to kick now. As Jacob Gulligs will send
and
the
there
boot.
it is, keeping it away from Juleson, which I think is smart.
As this will be quite the carry there by number 24.
Decent return by Johnson there. Gets them out to about the 45. Nice job on the return. So that's still really good opening position. The 44 of Legacy. And we'll see what they come out with here. See if they continue to kind of open it up and air it out. Weigel looking for Juleson and others, or if they're going to, excuse me, try and keep it on the ground and maybe try and let the air out of the ball here and kind of run some clock down as we get a start to this second half.
Weigel from the shotgun, hands off to Jama. Jama is not going to find a gap, and he's smothered.
Great penetration by Cheyenne there in the first play of the second half. That's kind of what we were expecting to see, maybe a little bit more.
Maybe even a loss.
Yeah, loss of 1. Nice job, good penetration by this Mustang defensive line. See if they can set the tone for the second half with this possession. See if they can get Legacy to have to punt quickly and see if they can have an opportunity.
Lawn in motion there, and this one gets to Juleson as he gets a gain of maybe 5.
It's a nice job, kind of almost like a controlled run, a good safe pass. Let Juleson be athletic, get some yardage back, and that's going to bring up a third and about 4 here. So pickup of 7 on that one.
Both Satcham and Visness warming up on the sideline. So still a question of,
yeah, who they'll go with. So 3rd and 3, gain of 8 on that.
As this one's let go quickly, that's to number 10, Wesley Jordan.
We saw that play in the first half. Just
on the connection.
Jordan finding that soft spot in the seam, and an easy little pitch and catch there for Weigel and Jordan. Nothing more than about a 5-yard pass, and then Jordan turns it up and adds some yards onto it. So they keep the chains moving here in the second half, do the Sabres.
This one's run by Jama, and he gets a gain and a half.
Nice job. It's pickup of about 10. I think that's going to move the chains here yet again. Yeah, they're going to say it's a first down.
Good enough for a Legacy first down. Max Zinker on the tackle.
Looked like Wilkie there wanted a call of some sort.
First and 10, Sabres on the Mustangs, 28-yard line.
So right after the tackle, he kind of looked towards the ref and was like, where was the call, Stripes? So this will be a scramble there.
Little
by
read
Weigel.
there by Weigel. Little option. Fakes that handoff. Keeps it. Picks up about 4.
That brings up 2nd and 6 for the Sabres.
But Legacy finding a way to make positive yards on every opportunity, every play. and just chew up yards, chew up clock. Make this a short second half.
Weigel takes a snap, drops back. And he's going to get sacked.
Finally some pressure. Nice job on that defensive front.
Landon McFarland on the sack.
For a loss of 4 yards. Landon McFarland on the tackle.
I think it was Bency that got in there. Or it was Gable, I'm sorry, that put the initial heat on. McFarland cleaned it up, but Gable got through there, and Weigel had to tuck it, and that was all he could do. He just had to kind of protect as McFarland was able to take him down. So that's going to bring up a third and about 15 here.
Weigel takes a snap, drops back, airs it out, no one there. I believe he was going to Ruff there.
It was hard to tell. I don't know if he was thinking Weigel was going to turn, or
Ruff was going to turn in.
Someone was going to turn in on that, but he kind of threw between two guys, had two guys in the same general area. But at fourth down, this is probably 4-down territory.
As we are now on 4th and 15, offense staying on the field for the Sabres.
I think if you're always in these types of situations, Tristan, I'm looking to get to move the pocket, to roll that quarterback out and buy some time and see some openings. But a straight drop by Weigel.
Juleson cuts a slant and is wide open.
Just a post route right through, right up the middle, and no one sitting in there for the Mustangs. And 33-6 now. Really nice job by the Sabres there. Weigel just waiting on Juleson. He just cuts it in, a little post route, and easy pass. Too easy for that one.
As the kick is up, and it is
good,
way good. 8:03 left to go, 34-6. As Legacy expands the lead here, and we'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
All right, welcome back, folks. Here about a quarter of the way through the second half, 34-6 Legacy lead here on the Cheyenne Mustangs. As this one is towards Schlichting. As Schlichting finds a gap, and
nice job of picking his way. A lot of bodies in there, a lot of traffic, but nice job by Schlichting to kind of pick his way through, bring it out to about the 36 of Cheyenne for their opening possession here in the second half. Looks like it's going to be Visness again here, running the show for the Mustangs.
So, Wolf, I know you talked about that punt return going to Schlichting. Do you think that still applies in the second half, where you maybe want to go directional instead of to the backfield?
We know Juleson's a really good returner, and Cheyenne's made that adjustment. I think if you're Legacy, you'd want to do the same. You want to keep it away from the guys who have that breakout potential, that home run potential, as there's a handoff to Schlichting and a pickup of about 4 on that one. So positive. And, if you're Cheyenne here, look, you're down 34-6. You're almost halfway through the second or the third quarter already. I don't think, you're thinking we've got to build some positivity. We got to go down. We got to march down and just score. That's what the goal is. We're not going to worry about, making a big comeback here or something like that. Crazy things can happen, but they've just got to feel like they can get back to what they want to do. And there's a good pass from Visness.
And that one's almost intercepted there by Juleson.
Just outside of the receiver's reach, and the D-back was with him step for step and almost came up with a great interception. But that was a nice pass on that one from Visness. It was online, just led his receiver a little bit too much. But that was a much more comfortable looking pass, it looks like. And I will say, it's not as if the Legacy D-line is getting penetration here, putting pressure. Visness is able to see what he needs to see to make those throws. So to this point, that offensive line is held up. And there, Visness, there's a broken play.
There's a catch. And he's off to the races as Birnbaum gets in for the touchdown.
Really nice job extending the play, keeping it alive. Nice job by Visness. Good job, good connection between he and Birnbaum. Birnbaum just turns it up and says, hey, throw it out here for me. Great pass on the run by Visness, and Cheyenne's on the board. And used really no time at all. So really that's what you're hoping to see, I think, if you're Cheyenne here. Just that positivity, getting something going as we have a late onto the field here as Gable's late getting on the field. Let's see what they're going to do. And they're going to move into a standard formation. 0 for 1 so far on PATs this year.
So the kick's blocked.
And this time the kick is blocked. So first one missed, second one blocked.
Lon just cut the gap there and got in. No.
Be some probably some special teams work this week for the Mustangs. But, when you're down, you can go for two. You can, those sorts of things. Probably not the end of the world. I doubt that Coach Newton's happy with that, but here we're going to directionally kick again here, I would guess. Keep this ball out of the hands of Juleson and see if there's some kind of way to get a stop. I think that's maybe concerning if you're a Cheyenne fan, is that they haven't made a stop yet. They have not turned over either on downs or via punt. They have not turned over this Legacy offense tonight, and at some point you're going to have to find a way to start getting some stops on defense. Whether the outcome of this game changes or not, you got to find a way to get a stop defensively out here.
7 minutes left to go in the third quarter here as the Mustangs find themselves down 22 now.
And kicking off for the Mustangs, Jacob Gullitz. Let's get ready for the kickoff, Mustang fans.
So Gullitz to kick off here. And again, another directional kick.
Johnson gets quite the gain there.
Again, good job by Johnson. Cheyenne needs to tighten up those lanes as you're going down to pursue on that. He was able to kind of step his way through a lot of traffic in there without anyone really in his way in threatening to tackle him. So, probably still giving up bigger returns than you want. But an opportunity now for Cheyenne to see if they can find a way to get a stop for this defense tonight, which hasn't been able to do that yet.
Weigel takes this high snap and hands off to Jama, and he'll get maybe a gain of 1.
Nice job.
So there's about
six linemen down for
Legacy
here. It looks like maybe number 62, Carter Johnson. 6 foot, 288 pound O lineman. Maybe a cramp. It is cooler than what a normal first game is, but it could just be a cramp there. Not enough water, not enough hydrating prior to the game. That's kind of looks like what they're doing is trying to work out a cramp there. He'll come out for at least one play. But see if they can work that out on the sideline. But I think that was just a calf cramp.
He's up and walking here off to the sidelines.
Always good to see. Never want to see anyone get injured, and certainly not opening game of the year. Hopefully it was just a cramp, and he's able to get back in there soon.
6 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third quarter here as, once again, the Mustangs find themselves down by 22 now after following the recent touchdown.
Second down and 8 for the Sabres.
So this one's a handoff.
Kind of a rugby scrum. Pickup of a couple, but good job by the defense. Gang tackling there. That's going to bring up a third and about 6. You got to like that if you're Cheyenne. You like those odds at 3rd and 6. Now, D-backs can't get caught looking in the backfield. You got to keep with that receiver. That's the job of the D-line and the linebackers to make stops of runners. You just can't get yourself where you're looking in the backfield and then suddenly that receiver gets past you and then you're in bad shape.
Weigel drops back, has a receiver, and
great
he's
pass
gonna
and
get
a
in.
great catch. Wow. Hard to tell. Jolson, really good job. Great pass by Weigel. Only person who had a chance at that was Julson. I think maybe Coach Newton asking if he got a foot down, and it was hard to tell with the Cheyenne bench in front of us, but acrobatic catch, and that's going to be enough to move the chains. Weigel has impressed me tonight, and Julson. Really good combination for Legacy. Teams that play them this year are going to have to definitely game plan for that.
This Jama's going to take a run up the middle there. Bring us to about the 5-minute mark following the next snap.
So just being methodical, burning some time. You know, Cheyenne's in a position they have to score essentially every time they touch the ball here in the second half, being down as much as they are. You're down 3 scores at this point. So you've got to make the most of every opportunity, but you still got to find a way to get a stop here if you're the Cheyenne defense.
Weigel takes a snap, drops back, looks
There.
short, intercepted. Number 26. Intercepted by Grayson Olson.
And that's, we said, you know, strange things happen in football. That's really been the first bad decision by Weigel the whole game. And Olson just settled into his spot and was looking, and it almost looked like it was a pass to Olson. Weigel obviously didn't see him sitting in that passing lane, and so a turnover, and there's some hope here for the Mustangs. And Cheyenne finally gets a stop, and in the process, a turnover, and they're on the Legacy side of the field at the Legacy 41.
Visnes drops back, looks to Zink as he trips up a little bit there and is not going to get much of a gain, maybe even a loss.
Kind of was juggling the ball, lost his footing there, and by the time he was able to turn it upfield, it's going to be a gain of loss of one, they're saying.
So from Legacy's 41, Visnes tries to get something going here for the Mustangs.
And those are the types of things that timing, there just hasn't been enough work between probably these receivers and quarterbacks. Yes, there's camp in the summer, and yes, there's different opportunities, but you need more time to develop kind of that relationship and that connection that you get between a quarterback and a receiver. But there's a nice gain there on that option play that we've seen a handful of times tonight. Business keeps it, finds that running lane, gets north and south, picks up about 8 on that, so it's going to be 3rd and 2, and certainly 4-down territory if you're Cheyenne.
Business handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting's going to go right up the middle.
Oh, he keeps those legs churning, just carrying the ball or the defenders with him. Really nice job by Schlichting. And that'll move the chains. Those were winding down towards 3 minutes. I don't think you worry about the clock at this point. You just got to try and pick the right plays, see if you can get some points on the board.
Business from the shotgun, drops back. He's got a defender on him, breaks free. Breaks free of another one, and
that was really a nice job by Business, turning something positive out of that. There was a defender in the backfield almost immediately. He was looking up the left sideline. I think there was a go option there, kind of an out and go type of thing, and he never even had a chance. He took one look and saw a defender in his face. Nice job using his feet to extend the play and actually making something positive out of that, getting it a 2-yard gain on that out of probably what could have been about an 8-yard loss. So nice job by Business on that play.
Business takes a snap. Toss towards Zing. Zing's going to get out of bounds. Save some time.
That's what they were hoping for on that first pass when Zing kind of lost his footing. So nice job there. Good pickup to 3rd and short. That leaves you some options if you're Coach Newton. So Cheyenne's done a nice job of responding here in the second half. They gave up the touchdown on the first drive to Legacy, but they come up with a touchdown in response and then an interception, trying to make something happen here.
Business fake handoff and get some yardage.
Nice job.
I don't think he's going to be really close to the first.
I think it's going to be really close to the first. They're going to say it's enough. Yep.
There we go. 2:03 left to go.
1st and 10 on the 18-yard line.
Two or three left to go. Business from the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks towards Schlichting. Schlichting's got some speed on him.
Yeah, he turns on the jets there. And good pickup of about 6 or 7 on that one. Just an easy little swing pass. But some rhythm now developing with this Cheyenne offense.
2nd and 4 from the 12 now in the red zone.
And Cheyenne can still get a first down here, so don't need to go to the end zone with any passes or anything like that. Not necessary yet.
Schlichting, Business looks, I believe, towards the Rukatan.
Yeah, it was just out of his hands. He knew someone was coming to put the hit on him and maybe shorten those arms a little bit, trying to get down to protect himself and just out of his reach. So 3rd and 4 now.
As Business will go back to work here. He's got trips left. Schlichting next to him. As he's got a little bit of time there, looks wide.
That was a really nice pass. He waited for the receiver to clear, and there was not a lot of room, but kept it just enough on that outside hip that they were able to get the completion and a first down. So 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
Herod with the catch.
Good job by Herod looking that one in. Good pass by Business. 1st and goal on the 4.
Visnus now got Benzie behind him, so they're bringing in the power unit here as that's a handoff. And there's a flag on the play.
That usually ends up being a holding of some kind. We'll see if that's what the call is.
Don't think he got in.
No.
I believe that was a Rukatan on the carry.
Flag on the play. Personal foul. Face mask.
Oh.
Face
That's
mask
half
by
the
defense.
distance and the first down, so that really is going to help out Cheyenne. That's going to put them on the doorstep here with first down.
That brings up second and goal for the Mustangs.
It's got to be an automatic first on that. Shouldn't be second down.
So first and goal from the
probably the one.
One.
Same play
as
and
they
there's
get in, and there's a touchdown by Rukatan.
So, all right. I think at this point you almost have to go for two. You're down to 3 scores. You got to, and you've got probably 2, maybe 3 plays that you have designed that it's like these are the ones we're going to use. Maybe don't want to show them this early in the season, but I'm sure Cheyenne wants to have a chance to get back in this. So, cut the lead to 14 here with a successful conversion.
Visnus hands off to Schlichting. Schlichting's
nice
going to get
job
red.
by the defense. Really nice job. So no good, but you're still only down 16. It's still only 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. And you say, well, that play we're not going to try again on a 2-point conversion. But 45 seconds left in the third, and you've cut it to 2 scores. Now you got to go find another way to make a stop and to try and score again and see if you can give yourself that chance.
So the Mustangs find themselves down now 16, like you said, Wolf, and, you know, it's kind of all about time now and maybe hoping for, you know, an interception maybe.
Yeah, you got to hope to turn them over.
Turn them over.
I mean, it would be really nice if you could find a way to, you know, back Legacy up to, you know, they're 25, they're 30. They've been getting great starting field position. Be nice to pin them a little deep here, and I would suspect they're still going to directionally kick. Oh, but it's not Juleson back deep, so maybe you go long on this one. I do not see Juleson out there, so now the little pooch kick into that open area. Handled well.
Jama on the reception, I believe.
Lots of laundry on the field. That's going to be a hold, I would think.
Jack Mitchell on the carry for
which is what Cheyenne needs at this point.
Mitchell on the carry.
Unless it was some kind of face mask again, I would gotta believe this would be a hold or an illegal block in the back by Legacy. Yeah, they're backing him up, and it looks like it's 10, so I think a holding on Legacy on 15.
During the return,
Personal foul.
Line side block.
Oh.
Receiving team, 15-yard penalty.
So 15-yard penalty on the Sabres.
That is huge for Cheyenne. That backs Legacy up to their own 20. That's what you're looking. It's what you're looking for. It will be first down for Legacy at that point, but here's an opportunity for Cheyenne to see if they can find a way again to come up with a turnover or a stop of some kind on this possession.
Legacy on their own 20-yard line. First and 10, as this is a handoff to Jama, and he's going to get taken down with about a 2-yard carry.
That's how Legacy has started most drives here. And they don't have to run another play in the third quarter, and I'm guessing they won't. They'll let time expire, and we'll go to the fourth. Change ends of the field, and it's going to be a battle of time now. Time will be the enemy of Cheyenne. Oh, They're going to run up and just see. I think they're going to see if Cheyenne can get Cheyenne to jump on this. And that was the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
But they almost got him to jump.
They almost got him. I think it was Gable there in the center who kind of like jerked. And
so
Sabres lead it 34-18 after the third quarter. We'll take a short break and be right back.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
All right, folks, welcome back here for the first game of the Cheyenne football season. The Mustangs find themselves down 34-18 here to start the fourth quarter as Jama gets a good gain there.
Yeah, you kind of slipped through the grass there. You got to get that tackle at that first level. Letting him squeak through that way, that's going to bring up third and short. And that's not a very good recipe for
Wolf. I don't know if it's just me, but I see lightning in the distance.
I just saw that same thing.
I saw a couple of strikes there in the distance. Let's hope that's just not close to us. Yeah, southeast of here.
Hopefully it's moving away from us.
Jama finds a gap, and he's going to get pushed backwards.
But I think his forward progress, it looks like the side judge over there is saying that was enough for a first down. So it's really hard when you leave that third and short opportunities. You know, at 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, that's just so hard to make that stop.
And Wolf, I don't know what the weather rule is, but I'm seeing like more and more lightning strikes that southeast area.
Yeah, it would be a situation where you would have to go into a delay. Yeah, well, it could be, and if it's moving the other direction, that's one thing, but if it's coming closer, that's what's going to be the problem.
This Ruff gets about a 2-yard gain.
Tackle on the play by Landon Zink. Ruff on the catch for a gain of 3. That brings up 2nd and 6.
I'm going to say my radar shows that it's
nothing.
not coming near us, but that's a call that's certainly out of our hands.
I believe that would be in the ref's hands or Mo's hands.
Yeah.
As Weigel takes a snap, it's a handoff.
Great job that time. That was number 20.
Boone gets maybe a 1-yard gain, maybe even a loss.
Now this is a position where you can do something if you're Cheyenne. I almost feel like at some point, maybe do you dial up some pressure? Do you bring an extra lineman, blitz a linebacker, something that throws off the timing of a route? You got to think this is probably a pass situation for Legacy. Do you try and bring some extra heat just to throw off the timing? You don't want to let Weigel set up back there and have the look.
Weigel drops back out of the shotgun, scrambles. Gets some room and just short.
Maybe that might be a measurable one. And they say it's enough.
Number 26, Olsen makes a stop of the play, but that's still good enough for a Legacy first down.
That was
I would have thought that was just short, Wolf, from my point of view. Then again, we are about 50 yards back from the field itself.
And at 4th and inches, you know, that's tough to stop anyone on. That had to be a stop to put them in a 4th and medium to make sure that they were going to punt.
Weigel trips left, and that one's low. That intended for rough there, but that one was
kind of a quick pass on that one. That's the pass we've seen a few times. Receiver did fall down, but the ball was behind him. I think that's why he wasn't able to bring that in.
Second and 10 for the Sabres at the 41-yard line.
Well, the good news is the incompletion stopped the clock.
Weigel, handoff. We're not going to get anywhere as there's a horde of Mustangs there to stop Boone.
So 3rd and 8.
A gain of 1.
Tackled on the play once again by Gable. A Mustang fan.
You know, again, I said, hey, it's maybe an opportunity to send some extra pressure, send a linebacker on the last possession. I think even if you don't, you almost have to dedicate someone to shadowing Weigel because he's breaking containment. He's breaking those lanes and then finding room to run if he doesn't have an opportunity on the pass.
Weigel drops back. He's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, but they were looking for a little screen
Scrambling,
pass.
Slips.
Oh, and that
misses the tackle, and that gets to Jama, and Jama's going to break free and get the first down. There's a flag on the play, though.
Yeah, it's going to be an eligible man downfield. That play, those linemen are trained that they hold for a count of 2 and then they take off for that screen pass, and you're going to get an ineligible man downfield.
Another flag was just tossed there, Wolf, behind or after the play. So we'll see if we get an unsportsmanlike or a personal.
An unsportsmanlike, a personal is going to override or at least negate.
See what the call is here. Maybe.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Ineligible, number 63, downfield. Pass interference, number 14 on the offense.
Oh. Not something you see often, an offensive pass interference. But it was Juleson apparently trying to create some space and pushed off on whoever was defending him. So that's the 15-yard variety, and that's going to back Legacy way up. It's still going to be 3rd down, but they're going to be 3rd and about 22 or 23 here.
To their own 27-yard line.
So there's only 7:38 to go, but this does put a little wrinkle on things. So if you're a D-back, do not let anyone behind you. Don't get sucked into watching backfield action.
Weigel takes the snap, handoff.
Yeah.
As Boone cuts the middle.
Get some yardage back, but you could afford to play soft there. And at 4th and 14, I think there's really not a whole lot of choice for Legacy. We're going to see them punt for the first time tonight. See if special teams has a plan here for, as I think Newton took a timeout on that. Smart play, because that was going to eat about another 30 seconds off the clock there before the punt happened.
Is worth $300. Check that. The pot is $300. It's worth $150.
So
you can meet the boosters by the 50-50 table by the concessions to collect. Your winning number is 220688.
So the raffle winner just announced. Wolf didn't win.
Did not. I'm saving all my luck for the Powerball tomorrow night.
Thanks for playing, everyone.
All right, so 4th and 14 here. First time we're going to see a punt. Do you send the house? Do you try and block this? I mean, might be what you want to do if you're going to have a chance. Or do you set up for a return? And there's
a false start.
Yeah, false start there. I think a flinch by
Legacy?
Well, I would think so. I would think he was backing out, and that's what sent the Cheyenne guy. So that's going to back them up another 5.
Thought it was Zins who flinched.
Prior to the snap, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Well, if they said a number, we don't know it because the ref's mic was cutting out. But regardless, it was a false start. That's going to help Cheyenne for field position here if they're not able to get a block.
That one almost blocked there, almost got into the backfield here as this one will be Zanker taking it upfield.
There was a flag thrown on that, I think.
There's another flag.
So not sure. I saw a Cheyenne and Sabre go down, a Cheyenne player and a Legacy player. So I don't know if that was a hold in the middle of the kick or what exactly. We're going to get this. They're backing it up. So it was a hold on Cheyenne on the kick.
During the return, holding number 5 on the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
So Benzie, I believe.
Yeah, so they're going to start at their own 35 with 7 to go, 6:59 on the clock. So you're going to have to, at this point, you're going to have to start opening things up a little bit if you want to try and have a chance to win this. Still with 2 timeouts left.
Visness hits his man, gets a solid gain there. I believe that's Zanker.
Yeah, quick hitter. But you're going to have to pick up. You're going to have to go with pace here. You're going to have to go. I almost want to call 2 plays in the huddle here.
2nd and 4 for the Mustangs.
As this one's a handoff to Schlichting, and he breaks free there for a minute. Gets down on the opposite field.
Yeah, flips the field.
And that's a Mustangs.
To the Sabre 48. Clock stops as they move the chains. Now it winds again. Cheyenne breaking the huddle quickly.
6:18 left to go here. Visness now fakes the handoff, drops back, and
throws that one away. Good choice.
Business on the play.
Boy, I was wondering, he was getting close to that line of scrimmage, but it was not deemed an illegal pass.
Every single parent pointed at Birnbaum there for an open man.
Well, yeah.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
So 2nd and 10.
48-yard line.
Oh, and I don't know. He announced the quarterback's outside the pocket. The pass went past the line of scrimmage. I don't know what he was announcing that for, but stops the clock at 6:08, 2nd down.
Visness takes a snap, drops back, sends a ball, and that's intercepted there by Bennett Lawn.
Really good job. That's a tough pass to throw. And that's probably going to seal things with 6 minutes. If you're Legacy, just be very, very safe with the ball protection here. See if you can get out of town with the victory. You know, it's hard to fault Visness put it where a receiver was. There's just, and you're down, you got to make things happen.
Are you playing Block Blast right now? This is our producer, by the way.
Weigel hands it off, excuse
Yeah.
me. I believe that's Jama still.
Yeah, and you just, I mean, that's what Legacy's going to do here is just protect the ball and run it and eat clock. And if you can pick up 5 yards like that, Even better if you're Legacy. Cheyenne's got to be ripping at the ball, see if they can cause a fumble here some way, somehow, and turn it over quickly.
Weigel, another handoff to Jama, and Jama's going to get a first down and then some as
he lowers
Gable.
the shoulder and runs over a Mustang before being brought down, and that's going to move the chains.
Gable on the tackle. Back into Mustang territory here. 5 minutes left to go. I don't think this one's really going to go anywhere else.
No, as long as Legacy is smart, and I'm sure they're just going to keep handing the ball off here. There's no point to stopping the clock and risking it with an incomplete pass. Again, unless Cheyenne's able to punch a ball out to strip them somehow, that's just what it's going to be. You're okay with something like that if you're Legacy. If you get yards, that's fine. If you don't, no worries, because the clock is on your side as we're winding down to 4.5 here.
Hand off to Boone there, as it'll bring up 2nd and 10, no gain.
On the Mustang 48-yard line.
As there is now 4:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Weigel from the shotgun. Takes a snap, hand off to Boone. Boone is not going to get a gap there, and
picks up about 3. But the clock keeps winding. 3rd and 7. If I'm Weigel, I'm letting that play clock get down to about 3 or 2 every time before I snap the ball. There's no point in rushing and getting that snap off. We're at 10 now.
Weigel
Good
takes
job.
the snap at 3, hands off, or keeps it, excuse me, and gets a first down. Really good fake there, faked me out.
Just put it in the bread basket, held it. I think Cheyenne knows what we got. That's a first down. So as we're winding down to 3 minutes to go, Weigel doing a good job of just sitting on this play clock, snapping it at the end. They are burning the time and effectively still getting some yards on each play.
Weigel with the snap at 7. Hands off to Jama as he gets about 5 yards.
Jama on the carry. On the tackle, number 51, Beppa. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
So Alfonso making a tackle there. It's Bipa.
Schoenberg also assisted on play.
Again, Weigel just winding this down, snapping it late. There's a flag on that one. That might be a false start. Or an illegal shift, something like that. For the moment, that'll stop the clock at 2:06.
So 2:06, 34-18 left to go.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men in motion. Snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
So replay a 2nd down with 2:06 left to go. Ball on Cheyenne's 37.
2nd and 12 for the Sabres from the Mustang 37-yard line.
As Whelan takes the snap. Or Weigel, excuse me. I don't know why I thought Wheeland. There. Handoff gets a gain.
So they won't have to snap this till about a minute to go to put the finishing touches on this one.
Your assist on the play. Hey, Mustang fans, it's third down.
Weigel takes the snap, hands off to Boone as Boone is going to get maybe a 2-yard gain there.
Boone on the carry. Schoenborn on the tackle. And that brings up fourth down for the Sabres.
And again, they're going to go for it here, and they have 30 seconds. So that would leave Cheyenne with the ball with about
15 or so.
Between 10 and 15 seconds left. Again, maybe they might even run it down to 1 and call a timeout here. And they got Cheyenne to jump. I see a Sabre clapping. Must be an offsides or an encroachment. And that was enough to move the chains.
Snap, encroachment,
Yeah.
defense, 5-yard penalty. The result is the first down.
And that
So
should
now they can just take a knee.
wrap things up here. Victory formation here for the Sabres, and that'll do it tonight here. So the Sabres come out east and defeat the Mustangs 34-18 as your final score here tonight of week 1. Wolf, your thoughts?
Well, you know, I'm sure Cheyenne's going to look at this and think about the missed opportunities and the things that they practiced that they didn't want to do. The good news is, you know, this is game 1 of the season. This is going to be a long road to go, and you know, the reality is the vast majority of teams.
Right now, right here, with your brothers. Have fun. Do your job very best you can. Don't lose faith in me. Whatever you do for us.
Changed, but you know, they came in with that preseason number 1, and you know, adversity isn't a terrible thing. It makes guys want it a little more and work a little harder and try a little harder. So yeah, they didn't play their best game tonight, and again, perspective, Tristan, if you're a Cheyenne fan, this isn't a feeling you've had very often in the last handful of years. You know, we're used to them running the table in the regular season or maybe coming out with only 1 loss. I would have to look. I don't know when the last time was that Cheyenne started a season 0-1. So it's been a while, but you keep perspective on this. As coaches, you go back to the drawing board. You have a short memory. You say, hey, next week's a new week. Yeah, we're 0-1, but next week's a chance to get to 500, and you keep going with this. So I'm sure that's what Coach Newton will talk about. He'll emphasize the things that he liked, talk about things that can be improved upon, but at the end of the day, it's one game. This wasn't the playoffs. This wasn't the Dakota Bowl. Lots of opportunities, lots of chances to, you know, get things turned around and going in the right direction. But I'm sure they're going to say, yeah, there's some things that we definitely need to work on that we weren't anticipating, and that's not a terrible thing if you're a coach.
Yeah, so, you know, like you said, Dan, quite a few things they could improve on throughout the week. Heading up to Minot next week as we...
Yeah, and Minot, you know, Davies had certainly was playing well against Minot tonight. Davies up 42-7 in the fourth quarter. So, you know, I don't know if that's a statement to how good Davies is or maybe how bad Minot is or somewhere in between. And you can't worry about what other teams did. You just got to game plan for the team that you're going to play and try and take away the things they do well while accentuating or working on the things that you think are your strengths, and then go and play the game.
Yeah,
and that's
so
what they'll do.
taking a look at the schedule once more, they're at Minot High next week for week number 2. Following that, it's Bismarck Century at home for homecoming, and then Mandan and Fargo Davies, 2 away games in a row there, and then they play Fargo North at home this year on week 6. Week 7, like we talked about earlier, that Horace High game. Horace struggling right now against Red River, or Horace kind of struggling right now against Red River from what the last I heard. And then following that, it's at Shanley, and then following that, it's against West Fargo. Like we said, taking a look around the league, Minot North is at Williston, Horace at Red River, Minot at Fargo Davies, Mandan at Fargo North. This one just came to an end, 34-18. And then Bismarck High at West Fargo and Century at Shanley. So if you want, you can go tune into those games. But for this one, and that about does it. Final thoughts?
Next week's a new week.
Yep.
You're not gonna pack it in because of one particular game. You didn't play the way you wanted, so let's go work on it. Let's come out and give a better effort and do what we want to next week, and hopefully it turns out in our favor.
So with that, 34-18 is your final score. I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
Right now, right here, with your brothers. Have fun. Do your job very best you can.
Don't lose faith in me.
Whatever you do for us tonight, you better do it with everything that you have. Offense, defense, special teams, cheering on the sideline, filming the game. 2024 Mustangs are successful.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver.
Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win!
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. A person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
Let's defend this piece. Let's go. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.